Hello, everybody. Let's do a reading, shall we, for the week of October 14th? Crazy. So Monday through Friday we'll do, or Monday through Sunday we'll do each day, and that is a 7-day forecast. But I give you forecast in soft quotes because while I was shuffling, the Ace of Wands flew out, which means that this is a very creative time, but it might be fast moving, and it also might be ideas in and out. So ideas that maybe change like a candle blowing in the wind. They can blow out really quick. So those ideas that you have, to make it a practice, because everything is very uncertain right now, to make it a practice of writing them down and see if they really pass the test of time. That being said, the bottom card is the Page of Cups, which is a creative page and one that would move forward with creative ideas regardless of uncertainty, regardless of a mutable energy or a mercurial energy that might be present. So the bottom card and the card that flew out while I was shuffling are very much encouraging us to follow our creative instincts and go with the flow. Relax body, as I like to say, even if we don't know if there's if what's at the end of that creative endeavor. So there we go with the promising start of a new week. Let's see what Monday has to bring. Beautiful energy in the Four of Wands. This is a beautiful card. Wow, the potential of, with this interpretation of the Four of Wands, the potential of partnership, travel, being a busy bee in those creative endeavors, definitely. So let's pull some clarifiers for Monday. This reading is going to be a little bit softer. It's more colorful, and you can tell the decks that I'm picking for this reading are a little bit more in the feminine energy, and that's just what I need. So y'all can just deal with it. If you're coming to the channel for masculine energy readings, this is still the same, but I am not with y'all today. I'm observing y'all today, and I can pull either way, but this I think will give me a more optimistic view of what is happening. So I also need it for myself. It's really hard to sit in the masculine energy for me, day after day after day. So let's pull on the Four of Wands. Monday, very productive in creative endeavors. Some of those ideas that I was talking about, that you might have, especially creative ideas, anything to do with the arts especially. But aside from that, if you have creative ideas that have to do with non-artistic pursuits because you're not artistic, I would first argue that everyone is artistic, but you just haven't found what your method is yet. You haven't found what your materials are yet if you think you're not artistic. But it could be anything creative. So if you're looking to change, if you've got an idea to creatively change a PowerPoint presentation that you were thinking about doing, that's something. If you're working on a vehicle and you have a creative solution for a problem, there we go. There's just so many variables involved. If you're a gardener, of course, that's easy. But there's so many variables involved with that. The creative ideas that you're getting with that Ace of Wands and that are coming through in your action with the Page of Cups are really taking flight. with this card on Monday. So very exciting. All right, so the bottom card, to clarify, that Four of Wands is the Eight of Pentacles. So I definitely feel that you are working hard on something that brings you a lot of fulfillment and joy. That being said, oh wow, okay. And is that upside down? No. So the Hangman, it's almost like maybe you're, I would just, be careful. The cards are going to give me whatever they want to give me in terms of what the universe has to say. And I'm being very, very careful about what predictive qualities this reading has, even though it is a week ahead, and I do have to be a little predictive in reading the energy. There's so many variables involved, right? Because not only is free will coming from multiple directions, even though recently there's a little less free will involved than it has been the last month, but there's a lot of free will involved. And then you've got to think about, this is just the energy that's present and around. So if the energy is present and around, we don't have to necessarily act on it. And I think that's part of the beauty of tarot too, is you see what's going on, you see what potentially could ignite fires, whether that's beneficial or destructive. Any kind of fire, and I'm getting a lot of fire with those Wands cards that I'm pulling. So any kind of fire, right? In some cases, it can be used beneficially, like to clear a forest that needs to be cleared to allow new growth, but it can also be very destructive, as we know. So fire has those qualities, and when we look at the cards like that, like this, there's a potential for things to happen that the universe says this is the energy, and we can either choose to play into it, or we can course correct our own personal response so that we can take advantage of that temperance of not acting in this energy. So what do we do on Monday? Hopefully we work toward our bliss. We let our wings unfurl and we work toward that bliss into creative action one way or another. But there's also a potential that could get us stuck to one way of thinking. And I think that maybe this is focused on, I think maybe we're hung up a little bit about something that somebody said, particularly a feminine energy. And there's a little bit of self-judgment and self-criticism based on what a feminine energy said. And so we're kind of stuck in that thought. And I don't know if it means that you're staying away from that feminine energy or if it's keeping you from going into your creative mode. If that's the case, definitely be aware of that and try and get out of that framework, get out of the Hanged Man. Sometimes the Hanged Man, most of the times the Hanged Man is a great card to pull up. It means that our perspective has changed and that we are allowing ourselves to grow into seeing multiple perspectives. Sometimes it's a timeout, it's a break that we need. But in this case, I'm seeing that it's a hang up, and particularly a hang up over something maybe we might have heard from the Empress, from a feminine energy, from someone who's maybe particularly caring about us, and maybe somehow we've let that get in our own way. That's all I have for Monday. Tuesday, how beautiful. Tuesday, the Three of Cups. So again, we've had Three of Cups in multiple weekly reads, which is great because that signifies community. For me, the Three of Cups is very much it resonates with me in terms of the three fates. So this idea that even though this is a minor arcana, there is energy in the air that is fated, that is not free will, and that has to do with community and partnerships and celebration. So let's see what clarifiers we have for that. I love this particular image because they're all barefoot, and it's like there's pumpkins in the air, so it's very fall themed, harvest themed celebration. Almost a little too much midsummer, but whatever. If you haven't seen that movie, you haven't seen that movie. So bottom card for the Three of Cups is the Ten of Cups. An amazing, beautiful story, happy ending card. And obviously we see a family there. In this reading, I'm particularly drawn to the children in that card and the house. All right, so also Six of Wands. Tuesday is a very fun day to celebrate successes and to look ahead to what we are also planning and where we are going. And that very much to me feels like potentially a career move or a celebration of career success, and then planning for the next step, which of course is fantastic. We need to be planning. Now keep in mind when you are planning that there's a lot of, if you can even hear it in my voice, there's a lot of seesaw-y energy in the air right now. And so don't get too hung up on your plans, okay? That's all I'm saying. Three of Pentacles, also clarifying this. So, and yes, again, the Page of Wands. Well, the Page of Wands for the first time, really, but I think there's a lot of Page of Wands energy with that Page of Cups. So we see more fire, we see more adventure, we see more encouragement to go forward into risk without over analyzing, without overthinking it. But definitely a potential to celebrate your successes as you've had them and then move forward to new adventures. Again, Tuesday, reinforcing this idea that we move forward with creativity and this sense of adventure, and not worry so much about risk, but keep it in our minds. Also, be sure to do your due diligence. Like, I'm not going to blindly step into a courtroom and represent myself. It is still Libra season. I'm not going to blindly just step into a courtroom and represent myself as my own attorney. If I decide to do that and take that risk and be creative in that way, I'm going to study first. So there's that energy too. Wednesday, the ace, the ace, the Ace of Swords. New beginnings and action towards I feel like it's this is part of the creative energy, but I feel like your Wednesday, you have a chance to really, I'm getting strike while the iron's hot. Wednesday, if you have opportunities that present themselves that almost seem too good to be true, like maybe go ahead and take them. Don't overthink it. Maybe go ahead and take the opportunities even if it seems too good to be true, because it might just be true. That's what I'm getting off that Ace of Swords. Obviously, like I just said, do your due diligence and research and study. And obviously you don't want to like quit your job for some new startup unless you know that it's going to be viable. But I feel like this is something that you've already researched, and it might come up for you to have an opportunity that sounds really amazing. So that's great. Wednesday is powerful. Let's see if universe wants to give me clarifiers on it or just shuffle for the next 30 minutes. Like these readings for the week keep getting longer and longer because I shuffle for longer and longer. I don't think that's true, but it feels like it sometimes. I'm going to switch decks when we go to Thursday. Okay, bottom is the Hermit. More and more, this feels like an opportunity in a new direction. If you have the end of a contract happening, and this could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or it could be, honestly, like, let's be real, we're not all robots in this world. So this could be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but I pull it as it is to me, and it might hit y'all on different days. But if there is this celebratory end of contract, beginning of something new, I really do see on Wednesday something starting that is different, that is new, that you're set up to just glide across the water toward this new endeavor with swords. And more fire energy. There is definitely a strong confidence in your action. I don't think I had to tell you to take a risk and be bold. I think you're ready to do it. And the Ten of Cups decides to come back in a clarifier. I think you're ready to do it. And here we are with the Knight of Wands as well. More fire and just absolutely every reason why I should change decks now at this point, because the wands just pop. And then we actually had the King of Cups driving all of that. So yeah, ready for these new endeavors, these new creative fires, these sparks. There's a lot of sparks happening and you're moving forward with them. I absolutely love that. Let's pull Thursday. Thursday is the Two of Swords, an escalation, which is absolutely profoundly perfect. So an escalation in your adventures. I'm not feeling this as something that you have to decide or a crossroads or anything like that. This is simply an escalation from the Ace of Swords. I'll ask the universe to go ahead and prove me right. Obviously with this particular card, it is a little bit darker because of what it looks like. And if you're a vegan person like me, then it's, it can be potentially upsetting, but I'm not seeing that at all. What I'm seeing is an escalation of the Ace. So Page of Cups again. So the Page of Cups came back in the clarifiers. So again, we are moving forward with creative endeavors and understanding that life is unpredictable, but we're going to do it anyway. Temperance. Yes. So when Thursday might be a great chance to self-assess. Yep. So the Knight of Cups. Okay, so take adventures toward what you love, whether that is person, place, thing, passion in life. For me, I feel like this is your passion, whether it's your career or a hobby or something that you have now the time to do. It's time for that self-assessment. As you move into this new thing. This week is going by really, really fast. Again, very unpredictable. There isn't a lot of free will. Things just are going to happen to you with no rhyme or reason. And, take it as it comes. So the Queen of Swords is decisive and is fair and moves with action, but she's also very confident. And the Knight of Cups is an adventurer for love, for filling those cups. I think that Thursday could go a lot of different ways. Just keep that temperance, keep that flow, and keep that soft understanding that your plans might go completely sideways, and it's just a matter of staying with the flow, seeing the things that are positive that come into your life. And continue. There's the flow is right there. The flow is right there between the cups. As long as you keep loving yourself and keep love in your life with friends, family, whoever, that's what it's really all about. That's everything. So keep that in mind, okay? So that's Thursday. Friday, more swords, escalation of swords, but to the 7 of swords. So a little bit of deception, a little bit of some secrets. I think you might be sleeping on secrets. On Friday, just be careful. Speak the truth, because whatever secrets are hanging out around you, you need to really let them go. You need to speak them. The funny thing about secrets is a lot of them only have power if we keep them to ourselves. And you'd be surprised at how accepting people are about your secrets, about the things you're keeping from them. And you never know what somebody else has gone through too. So don't let the secret hold you prisoner by keeping it to yourself. Sometimes you need to let that shit go and say it out loud. And sometimes just saying it out loud is such a relief. I do have the Page of Swords also, an escalation on the bottom card. Yeah, you're carrying a bit of it. You can feel the weight of them. You can feel the weight of secrets. I don't know what's happening Friday, whether it's at work, whether it's a secret within yourself that you might finally acknowledge and create a little bit of compassion and self-love around your own activities that you've been doing throughout the week. Maybe you're a little too critical on yourself because of things that you've done in the past that you've been trying to push down. And it's a burden. So this would be a great opportunity on Friday. The energy is with you on Friday is what I'm saying. The energy is with you on Friday to let those go. Yeah. What do? We do this dance back and forth, avoiding these things. Well, with the Two of Cups, I would say it might have something to do with a partnership or with a love interest, but that could just strictly be a career interest as well, or a family member. But I think it's maybe secrets either within yourself, especially if you're a Gemini, or secrets from one other person that might be really holding you down, and it's time to let them go and speak them into the air and give them less power. Okay. Well, it just might be a soulmate that you're holding back from. So if that's the case, Friday's a great day to get it off your chest. Tell them those things that were bothering you, whether it's about yourself or about them, or whether it's things that you didn't represent yourself truthfully with, or maybe you exaggerated, or maybe you're thinking you're not the person that they think you are. Friday's a good day to get that clear. I think you'll feel a lot better, and I think they will too. Saturday, 4 of Cups. I love it. 4 of Cups on Saturday. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. Pay attention. This week is very much of that mandate. Pay attention, because so much is going to come like out of the ether, good and bad. This unpredictability that I'm talking about, you could see it as good or bad. A lot of things have sort of multiple viewpoints, and so it's up to you. Your perspective can shift. This Hangman, you don't get stuck up on it. Don't get hung up on the perspective. Open your eyes. See that there's, even though these cups over here might be empty. There's a full cup coming towards you, okay? You might have exhausted relationships with friends that no longer support you, that no longer have your back, and you're exhausted from that worn out relation. And here comes, or there is someone that you've been ignoring right behind you who's ready to fill your cup, who's ready to support you and give you everything you need. So that's Saturday. Not too shabby, huh? Saturday's pretty cool if you can keep your eyes open, turn your head around, and look at what the universe is trying to offer you. All right, so the cards are done. It doesn't feel done, but it's done. The King of Swords is the bottom card. Oh, we got a little bit of the Devil. Some of that, but this is all this. See how he's looking at the 3 empty cups right there. And in this, I'm very much seeing that they're empty cups. He's looking at those 3 empty cups going, oh, these worn out relations that I have, these empty cups, these relationships that no longer suit me. Woe is me. But that static that he is hearing, that woe is me, that negativity, that's the devil, right? You know, Temperance over here, the angels would be like, hey bro, turn your head around and look at that full cup right behind you. So yes, of course, the devil's here. The devil's telling you to feel self-piteous and nostalgic and oh my gosh, what happened to those 3 cups? Why are they no longer there for me anymore? Well, guess what? The other cup behind you is bigger and better. So, all right, and then we have the Knight of Swords. We have the King of Wands. Okay, the last Fire card, and the 9 of Swords. Yeah, I mean, so this is one of those warnings from the universe. Like, this is in the energy. If you let this trip you up, you could be a miserable bastard on Saturday. You could be absolutely fraught with 9 of Swords. Waking up from dreams, whether they're actual dreams or just negative cyclical thoughts and getting stuck in your mind and overthinking things, you could definitely do that on Saturday, no problem. The universe is like, hey, I got you. This is what you could get involved with, but you don't have to, right? That's the free will part that is still very much in play. So you could instead be the Knight of Swords and run towards that 4th cup. Just choose that 4th cup. That's all this Saturday energy is saying. Choose the 4th cup and look at something new that's right behind you. All right, the 9 of Wands. Of course, the 9 of Wands is our Sunday card. As I said, wands everywhere, fire energy everywhere. Okay. All right, 9 of Wands. We're getting towards the end of this Wands period, this little adventure we call our week. Sunday. Almost conclusive in some way. Yes, I am still pulling from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck because it said, yes, this is still the one. Okay, all right then. So that says I'm not done with it yet. So this guy reminds me of a rock star. This 9 of Wands. Playing air guitar on a dead branch. That's just absolutely pathetic. I do see a lot of self-pity in this 9 of Wands. You know, if you're going to continue it on, if you choose to, you know, take the energy up on being miserable on Saturday, you're definitely going to be miserable again on Sunday. I'll say that. You're not going to snap out of it. This beautiful transition and movement from one thing to the next in a creative endeavor. And this progression leaves you vulnerable for these self-audits that aren't so complimentary, for this self-criticism. So be careful, because if you do get yourself stuck Saturday, you're going to be probably stuck Sunday. I mean, you could get out of it Sunday too, but it'll be a lot harder. Just don't get yourself involved in it on Saturday to begin with. All right, the cards are coming. They're coming. The clarifiers are coming. It's just that they're taking a minute. Because there's a lot of cards on the table, so there's a lot less cards. Don't y'all love like gypsy spreads where I just go on and on? Do you want me to go farther? I could draw a lot more. All right, we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups. Oh gosh. Yep, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, and I want to know how much farther the Lover is down here. Lovers. It's pretty far down. Okay. I could just really feel the Lovers right under there. Maybe the Lovers is out of this deck for some reason. Now I have to check. But it's there's feelings. There's a lot of watery energy, and maybe that's why the Lovers didn't show up, because it's all minor arcana. These aces are pretty strong, but it signifies a new beginning. There's a lot of watery stuff right here, even though it's just the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups. And really, I'm seeing the potential for tears, self-doubt, and waiting on things to come when you could actually take action. Let me pull one card from this beautiful deck just to clarify on Sunday. And I guess next Sunday I'm going to have to do a Sunday Scaries, because it looks like we're going to have some Sunday Scaries. But we don't have to. Y'all could just flow peacefully from Friday. And, you know, I think I would recommend taking advantage of any invitation that you get on Saturday for socialization, even if you don't feel like it. If you get invited out to do something on Saturday, do it. If you get a free ticket to go to a concert that you've never been to before, you don't even know the artist, go anyway. Yeah, I think the opportunity will be there. It's just a matter of if you take it or if it takes you. The King of Wands, and you see on this particular deck, we've got a controlling energy that's fire and two people in either hand, if you can see that. And that fire energy. Now that fire energy can blow out too, but this King of Wands, he thinks he's got, that's the universe right there. That's the universe doing stuff from one hand to the other that you're completely unprepared for. Could be good, could be bad, depends on your perspective and your ability to relax body. We've got a couple clarifiers here. One is the Ace of Cups. One is the Seven of Cups. One is the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, and then the Wheel of Fortune. Absolutely. Decide how you're going to react. It's all up to you. The universe will shake you around like a rag doll and take you on a roller coaster of emotions because of all of this water energy. But it's up to you how you're going to react. And it's up to you how flexible you are. So that's your reading. Good luck, everybody. It looks like it's going to be a fantastic week, and I'm very much looking forward to it.